Guys, let's start. Today we have I have to talk about yesterday. Yesterday we covered about the closure, and we covered about the set time out, set interval, those okay, and clear time, clear interval. Closure happen is because when we have function and we have an inner function, and when we return the inner function, we probably lost. Suppose we have a link to the out functions variables. Okay, mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, and then we are going to have problem. And the JavaScript do is he will keep a reference of the lexical environment of the out scope. So we still can reference to the variables. And for the set timeout, set interval, clear timeout, clear interval, those are asynchronous APIs. How to understand? We have the event loop, the callback queue, those things to understand that. Today, we have a very important and difficult lecture, which is this keyword inside the JavaScript. You will see, oh my God, so many different cases. Okay, don't worry, we will see one by one. Okay, JavaScript allows functions to be called. To be called back at scheduled times and with different context. And that just make the JavaScript this keyword complicated. All functions can access private data structure containing context information referred by the keyword this. Calling a function with different context enables code reuse and different behavior from the same code, like function borrowing, we will see in the later. This is an example of knowledge being different in different contexts. This is very applied in many cases, like when you do microservices. In even the same domain model, in different contexts, they will carry different meanings, okay? So we have to have a boundary. Knowledge is different in different states of consciousness. This keyword. In JavaScript, like Java, we do have this keyword referring to the containing object. However, in JavaScript, the same this can refer to many different types of objects, depends on the context, okay? Keyword this is important for self-referral, and understanding this self-referral is critical to writing successful JavaScript. Very important, this keyword. Experiencing and understanding self-referral consciousness promotes a successful and fulfilling life. Now, let's take a look at the problem, okay? I will write the code to show you guys, okay? Let me write it from scratch. Okay. Here, we will define a variable called the user. The user, we have one property called the first name, okay, called John. And it do have another method called say hi. Say hi, okay, function. And we just do this, okay. Let's practice temperate literal and refer to this one thing. This dot first name says hi, okay. And suppose I do, I'm no need to use console log. User dot say hi. When we call user have a method called say hi, right? When we execute in our browser, we will see what? We will see that what's name? John says hi, right? Oh, this one, no doubt. Do you know what's the reason? Favorite icon. The first time when you open a browser, the browser Chrome, okay, most all the browser will make actually two requests. One is for this one is for referred icon. Only the first time. If I refresh, it won't do because it cannot find. If I refresh, it won't. Only the first time, okay. So ignore that error, okay. So John say hi, no problem, right? And this keyword will refer to the object user. Okay. Now, yesterday we had what's thing? Set time out, okay? And the set time out, suppose I want to do is after 5 seconds, let's do 3 seconds, okay? I want to see John say hi. Okay, so what we do is, can I put it like this way? No, because if I do like this way, this is gonna be immediately called. Okay, then I will say John say hi, and after 3 seconds, I'm gonna have error because here gonna have undefined here, right? So then, okay, I will do like this way. That's what we started because we want to have reference, right? And now we will see a problem. Undefined says hi. Okay, why is undefined? Let's take a look at the code here. What is this keyword refer to? Here, take a look at, I have 2 calls, okay? Okay. You guys, okay. Yeah, I have a two being called here, right? Take a look at, let me have a console log break here. And see here, the first time, this keyword is referred to that object. Okay, so this keyword is referred to the entire object, right? So this start first name, we'll get a John, right? But take a look at second one. This one is what? Window object. So window doesn't have first name John, right? Oh, you got me? That's why if this one is a window doesn't have one, so it's gonna become the value called the undefined. Okay, so you will see undefined says hi. Okay, so that's a problem.
Say timeout method for space, it is referring to window object. Why it is different?
You want to use this one?
Say timeout method is in global space, so it is referring to window object.
Yes. Yeah, you can directly use them. You can consider like that. Consider, because the set timeout is a method of window, right? You can consider they still have some like a function which function name called set timeout in global, which refer to window or set timeout. It's the same as like a document those. Okay, we just use it. But you made a good point because this one is a window or set timeout. Okay, so now let's take a look at a problem. This keyword, if we use the user or say hi, we will say this represent the object calling the function, right? And here also have another meaning. Okay, this keyword represent the object calling the function. So say, how do I call say hi in this statement? How do I call say? I use user dot say hi, right? So based on user object, I call say hi, right? So inside the say hi, when I call like this way, this keyword will always refer to user. But now, take a look at this one. This one, okay. Set timeout is a global function, which means it's actually a method of window. Okay. You can test it. Use window set timeout equal set timeout equal true. Okay, great. And now, user say hi is a reference to this function, okay? Because the function eventually gonna become a heap, an object in the heap. You understand me? So what's gonna be look like is like this way. To support, yeah. What's going to be is going so see here. This is our lexical environment, okay? And here we are gonna have a user object. User object here have a say hi this function, right? This one you can actually you will have this the function object. This one is point to here. You got me? And when we do like a set timeout, user say hi is actually referred to what? Is actually referred to this object here, right? Okay, it's not directly make a copy of say hi. Okay, it will refer to the object. Okay. And it now has been passed an argument to the set timeout callback. When it is called inside the set timeout, the lexical context and the value of this will become window. Because who's going to call user.say hi function? JavaScript engine, right? And in our condition is set timeout is in the context of window. And this u.say hi eventually when after 2 seconds to call, it also under the window. That's why here in the second case, this keyword is referred to the window object. because who is going to call it? JavaScript engine, and under which context? Window. Because how do we call the set timeout? We call window set timeout. Okay, that's a problem. Do you get the problem? Okay. Do you get the problem? Okay, undefined. Okay, now let's have more explanation. Okay, when passing object methods as callbacks, like set timeout, set interval, there's a well-known problem called losing this, because we are no longer refer to the object which has that method. It will become window. Okay, the general rule, this refer to the object that calls the function. This keyword, what's gonna be represent? Represent the object that calls a function. In here, this keyword in say hi is referred is equals to user, because we are calling say hi function under the user. But in the callbacks, okay, in the callbacks, we are calling user say hi under where? Under the window, because this one is a reference to this function, you know. Then we are calling under the window. Okay, that's why it's all window. Since the function are passed to different objects in JavaScript, the same list can refer reference to different objects at different times. Doesn't happen in Java, because Java don't have function borrowing, don't have Java. We always use object to call the method. So in Java, this keyword always refer to the same object. You don't have this problem. This problem only exists in JavaScript. Okay. So set timeout have issued this because the context will become a window. Okay, this one is the same. You will have a hello undefined here. How to solve the problem? Can you guess? You should know at least one way to solve the problem. Okay, now how to solve the problem? I want to after 3 seconds, I still see John says hi. You should have one way to solve it. Because here, if I directly pass this one, we know what? We know this one gonna print what's there. We know this one gonna give us the correct result, right? We will see if John function says hi, but not after 3 seconds. So we know this one's correct. Then how about I make this one to be a function? What do you think? So this one is a function, right? Okay, and but how I call this say hi? I call using user. Do you guys see? Because if we don't understand this one, then we can do one more. Okay. What happened is we know this one will give us the correct answer, which is John, refer to John, right? But set timeout, the first one, I need a function. Okay. If I need a function, I give you a function. In the function, I call like this way. You guys are? Because after 3 seconds, it's gonna call this function, right? This function, how I call say hi, I use u.say hi. Let's take a look at it. Okay, this one and this one is exactly the same. Okay, can see here? John say hi. John say hi. Do you get this one? Because we know this one is correct, and but the problem is set timeout need a function. You just turn into a function, and this is the first way to solve this keyword in set timeout. Called did I have this one? Oh, wrapper. Okay, solution one wrapper. Let's go back. Okay, we have here. See here, this way or this way. Okay, let's go here. Okay, I'll finish this one. This is another explanation. Okay, in Java, this keyword always refer to the object. Okay, Java in constructs has no, because in Java we don't have functions. We only have methods. Because in Java, you cannot define a method outside a class, right? The method always inside the class, okay? But JavaScript, you don't need to have class. You can directly have a function. That's a problem, okay? In JavaScript, this keyword usually follow those the principles. We will see one by one, okay? First one you already see refers to the containing object, which is like this case. when you call a function or call methods, always look at which one is calling. And this keyword inside this method gonna be this one is calling, okay? I do have an add, okay? If in a method refer to object containing method like Java, if in a function, then containing the object window. But if we use strict mode undefined, I will show you, okay? Method and function can be passed to other object. And this keyword is a portable reference to any arbitrary object. I will show you those in the future one by one, okay? Don't worry. Now, let me show you another one, okay? Here, this keyword inside and outside the object. Unfortunately, for today's demo, most of them I have to use the browser to show you. Because if I use Node to execute, then you want to see window. Node doesn't have window object. Node has its own global, okay? So I have to write HTML. Which is this inside, outside object. Here you will see similar things. Okay. Here I will have a script. Suppose now I have a function called what's the greeting. Okay. I will have a console.log this. Okay. And I will have another method called another object called user. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. First name, and which is John. And here I will have this greeting here. Do you get me? Okay, if not, I will do another one. Okay, say hi. Okay. The second one you already see, okay. And here, I will call greeting, and I will call user.say hi. Okay, so here, this is called a function, right? This is called a method, okay? You got me? This is a function, this is a method, okay? And both of them just have a very simple console log of this, right? But when we do, we will see the difference between this way and this way, okay? One is referred to the window, one is referred to the object. First name, I say hi. We already know about this one, right? Because how we call say hi, we use user.say hi, okay? And let me change a little bit, okay? This one is referred to this function, right? Let's take a look at it. Yeah. Let's see. Do you see here? I define a function. Now I put this function inside a user, and this greeting become a method. You got, which is same as say hi. Just do a little bit extreme, okay? Then this way I call greeting. I call the here, right? Directly call the function, and this way is I call this greeting, right? Even though they are referred to the same object, but I call them in different ways. They will this keyword only print here, right? Gonna be different. See here. One is window, one is the first name. So this keyword inside the JavaScript, the first rule here is based on how you call this method or how you call this function. See here. When I call greeting, it's actually equals to window.greeting. Let's take a look at it. See here, window, right? Because when you directly call greeting here, it's actually equals to window.greeting. That's why in this first greeting, this keyword refers to the window. Right. And if you take a look at a window, you are going to have a greeting method here. See here. You guys, that's why you have what's thing. That's why you have this keyword, which is window. Okay. Any question, you guys, on this one? If not, I will show you this one. Okay. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Good.
When we declare a function in global context, so the window object will have those functions inside that.
Yes. Yes. Right. It's like a same as a set time interval. Okay. Correct. And also variable declared with var and let, but not const, and variable declared with var, but not const and let. Okay. Okay. I want to show you this one. If in a function the containing object is window, but not in use strict mode. Okay. Now I will show you use strict mode. Understand me? So before I use strict mode, I will see this keyword here is window, right? But now I will turn on the use strict mode. It won't affect this one, okay? It only affect this one. It'll be undefined. And that's the use strict mode, turn off it, okay? Like when you go to React, it will turn use strict mode for by default. Okay, let me do one, okay.
If we create a separate JavaScript file, and if we link that file to this HTML, so again, all the functions and the variables that will be linked to the window object.
Exactly same as I put a code here. Yeah. Let's show you this one. Okay. I just use, let's use simple IntelliJS. Okay. The code you put inside the script tag between the opening tag, closing tag, and the code you put here is exactly same, no difference. Okay. Let me make this one. Okay, let's execute it one more time. You'll see undefined first step. No difference. Let me do one more test, okay? Because just now I call greeting like this, we'll get undefined. Let me make I never tested this one, okay? For this case, I explicitly say I use window to call, right? Let's see what's gonna happen, okay? This one I don't know the answer. I guess it's gonna give window. It's give end, because in this case I tell I'm calling greeting on the window, okay? But if you don't refer, then it's gonna be this keyword gonna be undefined.
So we do not link this one to an HTML file. So in which object those functions and will be.
Yeah. Depends how you call, how you execute it. You have to have
be executed in the node.
It's gonna be global. It's gonna be global. Oh no. This one is gonna be global. Let me see. Okay, see here. This is a node global object. Okay. Node has a global object, but we normally don't use it. And here have error is because in Node we don't have window object. When we call greeting, you can have error here. That's why I use browser, because it's gonna be different, the syntax. No syntax, the value. Any question on this one? Inside and outside the object. This is called inside a function. This one is inside an object. Okay, different. Okay, and this solution I already give it to you, which is I have you either use reason wrap or either use this one wrap. Okay, because now let's take a look at another several solutions. This solution we are related to call, apply, and bind. Ask you a question. How would we call a function? If we want to call a function, how would we do? The name and add these two, right? And the JavaScript also give you another two ways to call a function. The one is called call, the other one is called apply. Okay, so there are many helper function on function object in JavaScript. All the function we'll talk about inheritance later, okay? All the function, they are inherited from a parent called a function.prototype. And those two methods, those methods you see here are from this function.prototype object, okay? They are from your parent. And bind when you want the function to be called back later with certain context. Call and apply when you want to invoke a function immediately and modify the context. Now let me show you what a call, apply, and bind, okay? First, I will show you example, then I will show you how to solve the set time out problem, use them, okay? Call, apply, bind, choose. Call, apply, bind, there's no need to HTML, it's gonna be same, okay? So here, let's use sum. Let's use it for full is fine. Okay. And this is how we call full, right? No problem on this one, okay? Node call, no problem, okay? And there's another way to call full, which is if dot call. You have full, okay? There's another way to call full, dot apply. Full, right? These are two ways, two other ways to call full. So what's the difference between them? The difference is here. Okay, suppose, oh, now I have to, sorry. Let me use, let me link here, okay? Let me link here. I have to use that one because I have to show you guys I have to show you guys the, what's the name? The window, okay? Take a look here. If I directly call them, I will run this one, okay? In the browser. We will see so far, yeah, we will see all of them are window, right? See here, window, no difference. But now here's the difference, okay? The first argument of call, the first argument of apply, gonna become the value of this keyword. What that mean? Suppose here. And here I give 1, 2, 3. Got me? Now let's take a look at difference, okay? See? Window, hello, window, hello, and the number 1, 2, 3. So now when I give hello here, in the second call, this keyword equals hello. When I give apply 1, 2, 3 here, this keyword become what thing? 1, 2, 3. So if this one I become an object, like x equals 1, y equals 2, you will see here, this keyword in the full become x equals 1, y equals 2. That means what thing? When we use call and apply, we can pass the first argument to change this keyword referred in the full function. Got it? Do you understand me? Okay, this is the call and apply. Now, here, wait.
The same as the parameters. Guess who was taking parameters?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's the thing I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, suppose the full I have argument 1, argument 2. Okay, now I want to print the argument. Okay. And it's very easy to do here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But now how can we pass from call and apply? Then this is the remaining arguments, values or parameters put in the call gonna be the values for them. So suppose here I give 1, 2, 3, and I give 6, 6, 6, I give 8, 8, 8. So this 1, 2, 3 gonna become value of ARG1. This 6, 6, 6 gonna become value of ARG2, and this one gonna be ignored. You pass more than you wanted, okay? And how to pass on apply, that's the difference. Apply, you have to use an array to pass all the arguments to be argument 1, argument 2. You have to, the first, this one gonna be 7, 7, 7, 9999. Then 333. Sorry. 333. So 777 gonna become argument 1. 9999 gonna be argument 2. This one gonna be ignored. That's how you pass arguments. Can I see 1, 2, 3, 6? Do you guys have any question on this?
I didn't have to be syntax array.
Yes, you must follow the syntax. The apply must become an array and call must be passed 1 by 1. Because that's a syntax required to do. If you switch the order, you're gonna have the problem. Suppose I change this one to be apply. I change this one to be call. Call gonna have what? This one gonna become value of argument 1. This one gonna be undefined. See here. This one is failed on this part. You're gonna have and undefined. But if I pass apply, if I do like this way, we're gonna have a syntax error because it asks you to give you an array, but you give each 1 by 1. Okay. So call apply. The only difference is how you pass arguments to the function. Apply must become array and call just a 1 by 1 pass. Like the set timeout. After the timer, you pass 1 by 1. Any question on call and apply? Someone is sleeping. Any question on call and apply? You are going to see in the exam, okay? Now, next one, bind. So here we have learned 3 ways to make a function call. Directly add parentheses, call and apply. Next one is bind. What does bind do? Bind is when you want a function to be called back later with a certain context. Okay, that's a difference. That's a bind. So bind won't immediately call the function. Suppose if I do bind, okay, if I do bind like this way, you will see nothing being happened. See here, did you see anything? Nothing, right? Because suppose I change this one to be call, you will still see some values, right? Window full, undefined, because I didn't pass values, okay? But if I use bind, you will see nothing, because what's gonna happen? Bind will return another function. You have to catch it. Let me call, let's call new full. Bind will always return another function, and this function you can call it. For this case, we won't see any difference. Window full, undefined, right? So what's the benefit of bind? Bind is the first argument gonna be replaced on this keyword. So afterwards, every time you call new foo without giving this new foo is on the window, right? You suppose here I give an object x1 and y2. So this first argument of the bind gonna become the value of this keyword. Okay, you already set the context, which is this keyword equals this object. And later on, no matter where you call new foo, it will always have this keyword refer to this object. Understand? You have x1. You guys are? And then how to pass the values to these two? You can put it here. This is one way to put it here. There's another way is the same as a call. Okay, this is one way you can do is, okay, I want to parse argument. Then you can directly call new foo. Okay, so this syntax is similar to the call, but a call will immediately call, but a bind will return a function to you. You have 33 PPP. Okay, and you can also do like this way. I only want to the first argument bind to 333. But for the remaining, I will leave you when you call it. So you can do like this way. You can make another call which have different one. This is so this part is different, right? But for this keyword, And for the argument one, they are the same. Any question on the bind?
Can we pass object in name first?
Yes, you can pass the object, of course, because I didn't do anything for the argument one. So you can pass like a first name, anything. Okay, for us, we are testing here, so you can do anything here, like John Smith. Because we here just a print arguments, right? You can also pass a function here. Let me give a function. Yeah. Oh, it's me. You can do like this. Then it's gonna become function. This sorry. This is gonna become function. This is gonna become an object here. You can pass anything. Because we don't do anything for argument one and argument two, right? So you can pass anything. Any more question? Pull, bind, and apply. No question. Okay. If no question, let's do an exercise. Okay. Do you remember this error?
So if you just pass only one argument, the order will be undefined.
If only pass one, and if I call new for again, yes, it's gonna be undefined. Suppose this one is passed to this argument one, right? And when I call, I didn't give it to the argument two, right? Then it's gonna become undefined. You see undefined. Okay. Whenever if you don't give value in JavaScript, it will give you undefined. Okay. Oh, now I will give you guys like a 10 minutes and meanwhile taking a break. Okay. Then you solve this problem. Do you remember this problem? When we call, let me put it here, okay. When we make a call to here, when we make a set time out, the after 3 seconds, I want to say John says hi, right? But if we do like this way, we'll see undefined says hi, right? So we already solved the problem using wrapper, which is what we did here. Wrapper it, right? Solve the problem. Now you change. Let's do another 3 ways. Okay, you guys do it first. Use call, apply, and bind. What we learned to solve this problem. You got it? Call, apply, and bind to solve problem. I'll give you guys 15 minutes. You take a break and you do the exercise. Okay, together. Make sure you run in the browser. If you run use Node, you will see different result. Let me see if they are online. And they don't tell me they're online or not. Okay, is Sirach here? Sirach is here? Oh, he's here. Oh, okay. Samuel is here, right? Samuel. Okay. I think Miss Ghana is not here. And This guy. Abderrahman. Abderrahman. No, he's not. His AM is online. Okay, not even picture. His person. Abderrahman. No. And there's another one. The tall guy is not here today. This is a good memory professor. Dirac, where is Miss Ghana?
She attended online.
No, she's probably attending online. Yeah. I ask her to attend at least online. What do you mean? Oh, what's that online now? You texted them?
Okay.
You texted them? You notify them?
Which one?
The tall one.
I think it's the two.
Yeah. Both of them are.
Because I see him lounge. He was attending online. Maybe
Why not
he
here?
make some of it.
We will go through solution at 11. How about you have another 10 minutes at 11? Apple released a new product. When I saw it, like it's like when we go ski, you the Google thing. But I'd like to try to see what's going to happen. No, you go to Best Buy, see if they have all the yeah. I feel it's too expensive. Facebook also has one, right? Facebook. My friend works in another project, but that doesn't make money, and lots of people let off. That department, they say they don't make money. They just sell like what's the use money.
Can you scroll up and just see?
If you do it this way, will this one be called after 3 seconds? Because this one is a kind of function call, you are calling immediately. Then after 3 seconds, you will answer. So you have this one. And this one, if you didn't have these two, actually it's correct. But if you have these two, you're gonna call this one immediately after 3 seconds. And another one, I want to see the John say hi. So what you gonna be pressed here? When you see after a second out, after 3 seconds, I want to see John says hi. But here you're passing yeah, you have to pass in the correctly. A little bit more. That's your 2 minutes. Still, yeah, we have to work on it. It's no problem. We will find it. Okay, okay. And then the wrapper and the corner, right? Very similar. Right, change the quality. First, the core, the first definition of the object. So you try it? Try it. Try it, okay. Don't know where it's wrong. Right. Yes. Great.
Figuring it out.
Okay, almost there. Okay, that's the right path to make. Don't worry. Except time. Yeah, right path, right path. A little bit more.
Fast, one here, it's in all the functions.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Then how to change the notice story?
We have to catch it. So the variable and pass that variable here. But still, if you use the call function, it will call the function.
Yeah, but think about what we did just now, the wrapper. You have to call, you have to also mix with the wrapper. Do you remember what we did the first solution? You have to also use it here.
Yeah, but again, what is the point of using this? So already we are using.
No, it's just for fun. Okay, different ways to do the same thing. Okay. You finish? Mine would be try find the one is
The words.
yeah, usually works. That's the correct answer. Okay. Yeah, that's the correct answer.
It's like having seen him twice is probably.
Oh, you have what's
Yeah, like it's following itself, then finding it.
no, finally doesn't make a difference. You have return function, not function. So you have a not function here.
Again, it's not it's a global, like already that's here, it's all from the.
Yes, but here, let's say the word here to be used.
I'm just looking at the same thing twice.
Uh,
Like.
uh,
It's not like it's supposed to be from.
oh, because when you see this part, this is just a refer to some address, some object in a meaning. We don't say it's the function which is like a. When you see, you're gonna say how it's referred to the function, it's not referred to the method. Because function is an object, we are kind of like pointing the object. This word is not a binding to the user. That's the weird thing in JavaScript. Okay, guys, let's go over the solutions, okay? Okay. We have the first way we solve, the first we solve is using wrapper, right? What we did, let's review, okay? We did is like this way, user dot say hi, 3,000, right? That's the first way we did it, right? And the second way, if we use a call, it's gonna be also very not as good at this one, okay? But we just practice because you're gonna use a call in other cases, not only here, okay? Now let's take a look at when we use a call, what's gonna happen is like we do like this way. Say hi, okay? And we call it. But if we do like this way, what's gonna happen? This one is kind of like is the same as this same as this piece, right? Because you're gonna make a call to we put a user here. Sorry, we put a user which will refer to, which is make sure this keyword in the function will refer to the object I passed, right? But when we do like this way, it will still make a call to this function immediately. You want to see after 3 seconds, see this one. You will see immediately. Then we have to do the same thing as we did in the wrapper for call and apply, because we have to make this one to be a function. Okay. To do like this way. Do you get me? Because otherwise it will call immediately. Okay. Let me double to you first. I will just make this one to call it. Okay. I link here, okay? I'll link here, see here, I link to this JS file. When we not open here, not open here. You will see. Oh, yes. See here. This one, let's try one more time, okay? Hey, see here. Take a look at here. This is first John say hi immediately, right? Which one? What's happened is this one. It will make a call immediately. So after 3 seconds, you will see nothing because the browser don't give the error. If I use the node, it will give us error on this one because here gonna become value of undefined. Okay, and the second one, after 3 seconds, you see this one. The second one you see is because of this line. Okay, I will comment this line to make sure you are more clear. Okay, see here. Do you see? John say hi immediately, not after 3 seconds, because here expect to be a function, and here we directly call it, and return the value gonna be registered here. When we make this one to be a function, right? So after 3 seconds, it's gonna execute this function, right? When we execute this function, it's going to execute this line, right? So in this case, we'll see after 3 seconds, we'll see John says hi. Got this one? And the same, then other things gonna be the same, okay? Suppose we want to do the third way. Third way, which is apply. Set timeout, gonna be exactly same, right? Because if we call user.sayHi.apply, then we give this keyword, it's going to be executed immediately. Okay. Oh, sorry, my bad. User, okay, immediately, right? Then we have to have a wrapper. Okay. You guys are. And last one, okay. Last one is a bind. Bind is the more suitable in this case, okay. How did you bind? Say hi dot bind user. Ask guys a question. Do I need to add this too? Because if I do that one, it will make our code call immediately. See here. You call immediately, and the return the value gonna become the undefined to be here. And bind, you don't need to apply. You don't need to have a wrapper because bind will return you another function, and that is the best suited in this case. Okay. See here. After 3 seconds, we see this one, right? Bind. Okay. That is our 4 ways to do the thing. Okay. Ask you guys another question. Okay. Just do a test. Just do a test. Okay. more message. Let's do a little bit more practice. Tell me how to pass values to this more. Okay. If the first one which doesn't work, how can I pass the value to the more? Here? Defined. Why? Because this one is passed to this function, which is if you have a x here and have x here, then you can get it. This one is passed to what? To where? This value is passed to the entire this function. You got me? And which means suppose here I have x, okay? Then let me make a change a little bit, okay? You will see more being printed, but here still undefined. Because when I pass more here, this is gonna become the argument for this function, but I will expect more to be here. You got me? So where to give? Very simple, simpler than this one, okay? You just put it here, right? More. You got me? So make sure that's a very good question. I have more here. You have to make sure it's this. That's a good question. Okay, next time I'll make. Okay. How can I pass here? Pass this more. After this user, right? Okay, that's the practice. Okay, and this one we have to use what? Array. Great. We have to use array. And for this one, after the user. Okay. Then we will see all the correct result. Okay. Let's go back to our slides. Okay. Here is syntax like a bind. Bind will always return a function to you, and call and apply gonna be executed immediately. Will execute immediately. Okay, when you make a call to apply. And here is the solution. We already go over those. Okay. Now function borrowing. Let me show you this demo. Okay. Take a look at this one, and I will ask a question. Okay. Let me start. What I'm going to do is I will make a JS file called function borrowing. And then I will link here, okay? I will link here. A function borrowing is not related to, doesn't matter, okay? But I will just do here. Function borrowing, okay? It's not necessary to have this part, but I prefer to have here. Okay, then I will put all my code here. Let me see what last name, first name, last name, get a phone name. Okay. Const user equals first name John, last name Smith, and then we'll have a get last name. In JavaScript, there are two ways to write a method. Okay, one is you do like this way. One is you do like this way, okay? And the other one, you just add a method here, like a Java's, do like this way, each way you like, okay? I will return, let's using the backtick, okay, practice for you guys, okay? This start first name, let's see, this start last name. You got me? So whenever I console.log user.get last name, call this one, I will get what? I will get John Smith, right? No doubts. Let me run and show you guys this one. John Smith, no problem. And now let's take a look at what the function borrowing. Function borrowing is like this way. Here I have another function called logme. Okay, and this logme will return. Here logme has also have a height, have a weight. Okay, And I will return what thing? I'll return right. Wait. What happened is in the logme function, okay, the logme function, I want to log the person's get a phone name. Sorry, I will use a phone name. What makes sense? Okay, phone name. Last name. Here is the phone name. Okay, I want to do is in logme. I want to only pass the first height and weight. Okay, then I want this referred. This get a phone name. I want to use this one. I use this one. You got me? And what we can do is we can do like this way. Okay. If I do logme, I pass the height is 100. Let me pass here. Okay, 108 centimeters. Okay, and the weight is 75 however kilogram. Okay, if I do like this way, what's gonna become the value? Oh, I have forgot to console the log. What's gonna become the value in the console? Think carefully. What's going to happen in the console? This is gonna become what's the value? Window. Then this is gonna become undefined. Hey, I make a call it.
Yeah.
This is undefined. Yeah. This is undefined. Then I make a call on undefined. You're gonna see error. Okay. This is not a function. The reason is why? The reason is because this is window. If I use window dot get for name, gonna get undefined. And for undefined, you can only make a call. Okay, so that's why you have this this dot get is not a function because you get a value undefined. Got me? Okay, now ask you guys a question. The first thing is what I want to do. I want to in the console, I want to see John Smith's height and weight is this one. How can I solve the problem? Okay. Okay. I will do first logme dot. I want to in the result, okay. I want to see John Smith's 100 and they think that. How can I solve the code? Logme dot let's use bind. Okay, bind is fine. Okay, bind what's there? User. Then I pass the value. These two, right? But this bind will return what? Return a function. So I have to do what? Okay, have to make a call. Oh, I have to console log. Okay, I forgot to console log. Result one. Console log result one. You see John Smith, right? Okay. Now next question. Next one. How can I solve using call and apply? Logme dot. You use apply first. Okay. Apply and then user, then array, and this part, right? Do I need to have this piece? No, okay, because it will execute, okay. res2. You see, right? Correct, right? And last one. Let me let me copy this one. Just a lazy, okay. This done. Remove this two. And right? This one. 3. Okay. And this is called function borrowing, because inside the logme, I don't have this function, right? Do I have get for name? No, this get for name is in a function of user object. Okay, I don't have. But after we use our like call and bind, actually in this logme function, we borrow this function from user object. You got it?
Is in same way if we have instead functions, we return another function which calls this get full name. The
logme.
Instead of returning the value, assume that it is returning another function. Inside that function, so we have this.
It will also work, because when you apply call and apply bind, doesn't mean it doesn't care about you are inner or not inner. You will always replace this keyword referred to. But we can have a demo. It's gonna be a long demo. We can do demo later. Okay. Any more question on the code that you see so far? If no question, I have a question. Okay. Does this thing happen in Java? Java has a function borrowing like this way. Does Java have this one? The answer is no. The reason why we have this, the thing, take a look at our code. In Java, this keyword is always referred to the object. Can you change this keyword to be pointing at nothing? No, but here, when we do logme, we are changing this keyword pointing to different things, right? So Java doesn't have, okay, only JavaScript, because you can change this keyword to refer different things. Java, you don't have a way to do that. So Java don't have function borrowing, okay. Everyone know Java, right? Okay. Okay. So this one, in JavaScript, this keyword we are basically, normally we can say refer to the containing object. But in JavaScript, this keyword can refer to many different type of object depending on the context, okay? It's very important, this keyword, especially when you learn React, okay? Without a hook, then you have to deal with this keyword. And you have to use the call and apply, probably bind, okay? Depends on the scenarios, you will use them. Definitely. Experiencing and understanding self-referral consciousness is critical to living in a successful life. For me, if I teach React, I will teach you without a hook. So you have to must understand. Okay, with the hook, you don't need to, because they make the life simpler. Okay. Call and bind. Function has built-in method call, apply, and bind. Here, talking about what? I will give you, we will talk about more, okay? Did you see anywhere I define call, apply, and bind? Those? No, because the reason is because those are built-in method, which is in this object. We will talk more on today, okay? These two, then we will understand. Those methods are actually here. Type. Yeah, console.drr. Can I see here? Call, bind, and where's my apply? Here. Okay, and the all the function, no matter here or here, all the function you defined, their parent is this one. Okay, so even though I don't have, they will get from their parent, the call, apply, and bind. Okay. We'll talk about inheritance later. Call, apply, execute the function immediately. Bind will return a new function object to be executed later with the context or arguments you specified. Do you remember one day when I talked about function borrowing? Function borrowing. I don't know, function currying. Yes. I think it's Munyu or Pawan asked about where we use the if or something, I forgot. Then we give a Celsius to Fahrenheit, right? That one you can also use bind to achieve it. Okay. A specified value. The same function can have different semantics depending on this context. Our own understanding can change depending on the level of awareness, knowledge defined in different state of consciousness. Okay. Now here has another problem. Wait me for a second. Okay, I will copy and put it in locally and I show you. Okay. Okay. Self pattern knowledges. Let me make this to be object. Okay. And I will put this one here. Dot. Now let's take a look at this piece of code. Okay. Take a look at here. Very simple. I have object. Object have a salute. Okay, which is an empty string now, and it only have another method called greet. Okay. In the greet, I have a function, right? It's a method, right? I set this dot salute equals hello. Then I console log this dot salute. What's the value? Then here in this function, I have another inner function. This set French only have one statement, which is it's a function. This salute equals new salute. If you pass, then I call set French bonjour. Then I call console log this salute again. Okay. Then at the end, I call object.create, object.greet. When we call object.greet, it will call this function, right? Now, what did this keyword refer to? OBJ, right? OBJ, because I call greet method using OBJ, right? So this keyword gonna become object. Then it's kind of like object.salute equal hello, which you're going to change this one to be hello, right? And then while using this dot salute, you will see hello, right? The problem is this part. Okay, now I will call set French, right? Set French will have bonjour. That means this one is bonjour, right? See here, I said French bonjour. This one is a bonjour, right? Then this part is bonjour, right? And now this dot salute here. Okay, this will refer OBJ or refer something else. That's the problem here. And the answer is this inside of this set French is not referred to the object. Okay, and from here, you won't see bonjour, you will see two hello. First, let me show you. You'll see two hello. I didn't see bonjour here, even though I have this dot salute. The reason is because here I'm calling set French, right? How you call set French? Did I using this object called set French? No. And if I don't have anything in front of it, let's take a look at window. Okay, because JavaScript, this keyword, the general guideline is this keyword. How do you identify a keyword? Take a look at how you call this function, which is take a look at what's the dot before this what's the dot? What's the object before this dot? And if you don't have anything, right? If in the browser it's window. That's another weird thing about JavaScript. Okay, so how I call greet? I using object to call, right? So in the greet, it's gonna become this keyword gonna be obj. But how did I call set French? I don't have anything before it. Okay, then it's gonna become window. That's the rule. Okay.
So if you put obj in French,
That case.
Wait for a second. Nada. Okay. Okay, that's a good comment from Jeremiah. How do you like this way? Yeah, that's a great point. Okay. If I do like this way, that means object will have another method called set French. Do I have another method to set French? No, I don't have. So if I do like this, you're gonna have something undefined. It's not a function. Okay. What?
So in that case, it is something like window.set French, right?
Yes, this one is like a window.
So in that case, window is not having that function. So why does it?
Let's take a look at. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Here's another thing. Okay. It's a great point, okay? Take a look at it. Here, I will see window, right? But the problem is, let's take a look at here. That's another weird thing, okay? Window set branch is not a function. The reason is why? Because using const, the set branch is a local variable inside the grid. And it will still give you window because we don't have a way to, what's gonna happen is everything when you execute a function, you don't have a dot, right? It's actually running inside the window. That's why it's, even though it's not a part of window object, window doesn't have this object, but when we run set branch, it's inside the window to execute. The context is we execute this set branch in the window context. Okay, even though it doesn't have.
Similar to window.setFranch, right?
Similar, yeah. If you don't have it, is similar to window.setFranch, but the problem here is setFranch is not in the window. That's another difference. Okay, that's a good point. But we think it's kind of like a window.setFranch because you don't have any context to how you, in our code, we don't specify context how we call setFranch, right? Then by default, it's gonna become window. Okay.
Then again, in the function, so we call this dot salute equal new salute. Right?
Yes, then this one gonna become an object, a property in the window. Let's see if it's gonna be here. If not, let me put this one after it. Okay, I'll put it after it. Okay, then we will see here. Can I see here?
It's going to add a new attribute to the
window because just now I just switched the to order, switch the order. Okay, when we call setFranch bonjour, this keyword refer to the window, right? Then this one is window salute equals new, which is a bonjour, right? And that's a JavaScript syntax. If you have the property called salute, it's gonna update the value, and if we don't have, we're gonna add one, which is like this way. I will have a test of the JS, like here. Hello, hi, okay. If I do these 3 statements, eventually I'm going to see what? The object have salute high, right? You see object have salute high because if I don't have this property in the object, when you do this statement, it's kind of like extension. We'll add a property salute in the object, and same thing happened here. You got it? Okay. And if you have, it's going to do an update on the values of this one. You got it, some guys?
Then this particular function, so that is the inside the grid. So that's why we are seeing the setFranch
in the window. Yes. Okay. Next one. Next one is your task. Okay. Think about it. Give you 1 minute. How to solve the problem. I want to eventually this one I see bonjour. We know here this keyword is equals to object, right? And but here is not. Okay. So do we have a way to make a place? This one also can refer to here. Bind. Here. Let's see. Okay. I think I already opened it here. Yep. Yep. Let's let me see if let's take a look at it here. The problem is I did it, but I have to make a call again, right? Because this is gonna return a function, okay? okay, which did nothing actually, okay, then I to you have bonjour. Great, okay. Then others you know, right? Then do you understand this one? Why before Daniel work? Do you know? Because it's gonna return a function. I didn't make a call to add a function. I have to add this one. You got me?
So we can pass APJ as well, right, instead of this.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Let's fix one by one. Okay. Fix one by one. Okay. Let's use them. It has many ways to do it. It's like in your exam, you have many ways to fix the problem. Okay. And bonjour. I don't know how to spell bonjour. Okay. Yeah, bonjour, right? And the last one, not the last one. Okay. Next one, apply, right? They are the same, right? Apply, and then we make this one to be array. Okay. You do. Bonjour. And nada, I said that one. Let's skip what we want to talk about that one. Okay, he jumped. Okay, super smart. Okay. What's the this one? You can refer to the object also, but normally we will do what? Normally we don't do like this way. Okay, ask you guys a question. Think about it. Both will give us the correct result, right? And which one you think is better? Which one is more flexible? This one is more flexible. Why? Think about it, we just covered function borrowing. If we do like this way, you are limited this get grid into object. But if we use this one, then we can change this keyword and this grid can be used in other cases. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, so both works, but this one is more flexible. This one is tied your grid with OBJ. Okay. Okay. We do have another two solution. Okay, one solution is that Dan asked, said we will do later. The other solution is called the self pattern. You define variable equal this. Okay. This variable will this, then we change everywhere use this keyword, use self. So we know this keyword, this self at the beginning, this one always refer to the OBJ, right? So self will always refer to OBJ. So anywhere you use this keyword using this self, it also will refer to what thing? Oh, I didn't call it French, sorry. I didn't call it French. I didn't call it French, right? Just call it. And you don't need to use bind, call, and apply. Because this keyword, and we know self, you didn't change it, right? Okay, that's another solution. And which is our, where's my slide? The slide is here. We will have one last solution, okay? Then we are done for today. And then good luck. See you in the exam. Okay, so we already covered this one. And the self pattern, this is a legacy solution. Okay. You can use it. It's a very straightforward. Last solution is this keyword in the arrow function. Okay, as Dan referred. Inside the arrow function, there's no this. You can say there's no this keyword. This keyword doesn't carry any special meanings because in arrow function, this will refer to surrounding lexical scope inside the arrow function. Okay, what does that mean? Let me give one example. Okay. Let me give you a simple example first. I will do another statement called the arrow function. Okay. And which is a different E dot error dot slash error function. Okay. Take a look at here. Okay. I just say get a first name. Okay. Get a first name. Okay. Oh no. I just do console log. Okay. Otherwise, I have to catch the value and the thing. Please. The first name. Let's add some statement after it. Get a first name. Okay, first I don't use error function. Okay. Then we definitely will see John something, right? Okay. Let's test this one. John something, right? Correct. Now the only thing I change here is what's the error function. Now let's see the result. Undefined. What happened? You will see window. Okay, you will see window, and a window doesn't have first name, and that is this the error. This keyword in error function is different because this keyword inside error function, it will refer to the surrounding lexical scope inside the error function. What does that mean? Which means, in this case, is where is this object located? Window, and this keyword in this case refer to the window because this keyword doesn't have its own in error function. This keyword doesn't have its own this keyword in error function. You have to take a look at its surrounding environment. Okay, now let's see how to solve this self pattern problem. We will let me make another copy. Okay. I will change. This one is the copy. Okay. This one, let me make this one to be. Let me make another one here to be using arrow function. Okay. Arrow. And how to change? How to solve it? Wait a minute for a second. I will be very quick. Don't self pattern arrow. Guys, let's see how to solve this one. Let me change it back. Okay. It doesn't work, right? This one doesn't work. Okay, let's test. Oh, I have one more thing I forgot to change. This one. Okay. We'll have a two hello here, right? And now we know what outside this function, this keyword is referred to the object, right? And we know this keyword in arrow function will based on its surrounding environment. And if it's a function, you have to take a look at a function scope. What is this keyword referred to? And if we don't have anything, then you have to take a look at your window, which is a global one. So here, if I change this set French to be an arrow function, that means this keyword in the arrow function will refer to its surrounding environment. And what's its surrounding environment? It's surrounded by this function. And in the function, we know this keyword refer to the object, right? Then this keyword here will also refer to the obj you passed here. Okay. And we can still solve the problem. Here, you will see bonjour here. Okay, that is all using arrow function to solve the problem. Arrow function, this keyword, take a look at its closed function. What did it refer to? And if you don't have, use window. Okay. Now let's see more example of arrow function. Okay, that's how to solve. Arrow function are not just a shorthand for writing small stuff. they have some specific and useful features, okay? JavaScript is full of situations where we do need to write small functions and execute it somewhere else. Like array.forEach, here we have, normally we use arrow function, right? Which pass anonymous function, arrow function. And also timeout, here we have some functions, right? The spirit of JavaScript to create a function and pass it everywhere, because JavaScript is kind of like a functional programming language, very flexible. And in such function, we usually don't want to leave the current context, okay? That's where we use arrow function. Take a look at this example, okay? I'm going to write from scratch to you guys, okay? Use another demo. Cast a group. And this one we have a title. We still have 20 minutes. We should be able to finish. Okay. What's the title we use? Let's use our group. Let's use CS472. Okay. Okay, and I will have names. Okay, it's called a group list of students. Okay, students. John. Edward. Do you know Edward from Twilight? Jack. Okay, that's the okay. Hopkins. Okay. I just do 4. Okay. And here I will have a method called the show list. And here is a function. Okay. Got it? And then I will have this start students start for each. And here I will use a function. We can use arrow function, right? We can also use a normal function. Let's use a normal function first. I just need to have the value, which is each item, okay? Then I just do like this way. Console.log thing, item, okay? Then I finished in everything. At the end, I'm going to do is a group dot show list. Oh, my bad. Okay. This start title. Item. Okay, my bad. It's same thing as this one. Yes. Okay. Guess. What's gonna become the value in the browser? Undefined? Everyone, right? Okay, let's see, okay. I didn't do. Let me uncomment this one. Let's see, undefined. And the item, we got it. Let's take a look at code again. See here, that means this part is undefined. Okay, this item, no worries, right? Because we know how we call this show list. We call using group, right? That means here, console.log this. We should get what? This is the window. Group, okay. We call show list based on group, right? Then inside of here, this is gonna be referred to a group, okay? That's why you can get the students, right? Okay. Oh my God. A group, okay. But the problem is what? What's the value of this here? You will see window. The reason is because how we call this function. Yes, first is JavaScript engine call this function, right? And we didn't, JavaScript engine don't know which context you want to call it. So basically just run in a window. That's why here is a window. Window doesn't have a title. That's why we get undefined. You got it? Okay. How to solve this problem? First one, we just explained. Arrow function. CS472. The reason is because arrow function doesn't have its this keyword, and which means this keyword is based on its surrounding environment. What is surrounding environment? take a look at the closed function. Where is the function? This is my function, right? This is a closed function. This closed function, this keyword refer to what? Group. Then in an arrow function, it's gonna become group. Okay. If you do not find any function, then it's gonna be window. Okay. This is the first solution, right? Do you have any question? If you're interested, later on you fix using code binder, apply by yourself. Okay. And we will have more demos later, but we have to continue our lecture. Okay. This keyword error occurs because for each runs a function with is this in strict mode you're gonna have undefined. Okay, here it says this equals undefined, but when we print, it's window, right? Let's take a look at it. Okay, this one is window, right? Let's use strict. Okay, it's good. You will see undefined, okay? Because here is undefined, you are reading title from undefined. That's why you have the error here, okay? If you're not using use strict, you're gonna have window, okay? That's the slides. The slides say this will equals undefined. This assume it's in strict mode, okay? Like a set timeout, the thing, okay? Rule refer to a calling object, like a radar for each and the window set timeout. If you don't do anything, it's gonna refer to a window. Otherwise, use strict mode gonna be undefined. But that does not affect error function because they don't have these parameters. This comes from its parent lexical environment. Take a look at where is a closed function. Okay, they need to use semi-identity function. Error function expression are best for non-method functions. Okay, what that mean? Error function best suited for non-method functions. Which means if you have method, don't use error function because you're gonna have a problem. I already showed you guys, okay? Take a look at here. I'll just let me do you one more, okay? Using this one, okay? Using this demo, okay? What did I used here? X, okay? Let's use the point. Okay? X equals 1. Oh no, my bad. Y equals 2. Return this dot x plus this dot y. Let's take a look at here. Point. Ask you a question. This add is a method or is called a function? It's a function, but we call method. When we define a function inside an object, we call it a method. Okay, that's a terminology to be used. And here, this is called a function. It's not a method. The reason why this one is not a method because it's not inside an object. Okay, whenever we have a function which is used in an object, we call method. And that is this one used for non-method functions. Okay, the reason is because when we do point.add, we expect to have value 3 being returned, right? We expect to have the value 3 being returned. 3, right? But now, if I change this method, use error function, or I turn off strict mode, what's gonna do? Which value gonna get? I'm not using strict mode. And if I change this one to be error function, what's the value gonna get in the error? Another one. 3. Undefined. Kali, she asked a question before. It's the answer. What is that stand for? E and then the reason why this is refer window, right? Window.x is undefined. And this other one undefined. When you have something we cannot add to do the logical operator, it will give you an n, not a number. Okay. So that's the point here. Arrow function, when you use arrow function, just use them which are not used for non-method functions, because if you use in method functions, you won't refer to the point anymore. You are referred to the surrounding environment, and we don't have function, it's gonna become window. So when you want to write the functions, don't use arrow functions unless you are sure what you are doing, okay? Use the normal functions. And except these cases, anywhere else, it's probably suitable for arrow functions, okay? Depends on your scenario. Any more question?
That would be.
Okay, wait for a second. You want to do like this way? Okay, here is another point. In Java, this keyword is optional, right? JavaScript is not. JavaScript, this keyword is not optional. Because if we do like this, you are looking for two variables called x and y. You are say x is not defined, y is not defined. Okay, that's a good point. This keyword in JavaScript is not optional. If I do like this way, it's kind of like it's looking for two variables defined with x and y. You have 109. And if we don't have, then x, you didn't define anywhere, right? We're gonna have errors, x is not defined, then exit, okay.
Inside it's a point is object, right? So if we say this not this, that's referring to the x inside the point. Wait, no.
Which line?
X and y is not a variable, it's a member of object.
No, because if we do like this way, and based on what we called this gonna be referred because I'm using arrow function, this is gonna be window.x, window.y. Okay, if I use regular function, then because I call add based on point, okay, and I'm using normal function, then x this is gonna become point, so gonna be point.x, point.y. But if we remove x, remove this keyword, then JavaScript we're trying to look for two variables, which is x and y. Okay, because this keyword in JavaScript is not optional. Okay. Any more things?
If we use the arrow function, can we bind it?
You can. Oh, that's a great question. Okay, I don't think we can bind it. Okay, let's take a look at it here. Okay. Here I have another demo. Okay, this one I didn't show you guys. Some. Okay. Then number 1, number 2. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's just using the simple one. Foo. You got me? And when we call foo, we will get what's the value? Window. Exactly. Great. Okay. Now we want to do bind, right? Let's just to test the call. Okay. Window. So this is another difference between arrow function and normal function. Normal function, when we call it, this keyword gonna refer to here, right? Do you remember? Will become x and x1, y1, because we changed this to be the thing. But arrow function don't have its own this keyword. I will show you the slides one more time. Okay. Even though we want to change this keyword to be the object I passed here, right? It want to change. See here, still window, because take a look at here. We have one statement. Okay. Okay, what it is? I remember we have one statement say arrow function doesn't have its this keyword. See here. Because they don't affect error function because they don't have this parameter. This comes from parent lexical environment. That's why you cannot overwrite. Okay. Do you guys get this one? Because error function don't have this keyword, and this keyword is coming from its parent lexical environment. In our case, it's a window. You cannot change it. Okay. That's another good multiple choice question. Difficult. Okay. So we finished. Okay. Let me summarize, and we can go have lunch. Functions have built-in methods call, apply, and bind that set this context of a given function, except the error function. Call and apply will execute a function immediately. Bind will return a new function object to be executed later with the context or argument to specify the values. The same function can have different semantics depending on this context. Our own understanding can change depending on the level of awareness knowledge in different state of consciousness. So we are done of today's lecture, and which is difficult. You have how many points? 4 points. Okay, 4 points in the exam. Okay. Only 4 points for today's lecture. Okay, and for today's homework. If you understand what I covered, and if you can do the homework, like first you have this piece of code, fix using wrapper, which is a wrapper function, okay? Call, bind, apply. Second one still bind, okay? And this one is also part of the exercise. Excuse me. You do have the same exercise, this keyword. Same thing, okay? Same as the lab, but this one asks you to use bind, call, apply, self pattern to solve the thing. Okay, so if you can do this one and the exercise, there's no problem in the exam. Okay, if you cannot do, you're gonna see a problem in the exam. The exam a little bit simpler than this one, but still, you know, this keyword is difficult. Okay, let me stop this thing. And